One Zambia, one nation, and a beautiful welcome to ZANIS News. We look at the top stories in the news. Cobalt metals to inject $300 million in Mingomba mine. Government to support over 1 million farmers under FISIP. Zambia continues recording rise in antibiotics resistance. Plus 4.5 people have died in a road accident on the Mukushi-Kapiri stretch. Well, with the menus in detail, my name is Margaret Kangwa and my sign language interpreter is Joash Shikombwe. And now President Hakainde Hichilema has underscored the importance of attracting mining investment to support the government's agenda of reconstructing the country's economy. And President Hichilema states that government has continued to generate investment across the world, in addition to the domestic resources. The head of state was speaking at State House when a delegation from Cobalt Metals called on him, where they announced plans to invest about $300 million in the development of the Mingomba mine in Chililabombo district of Copperbelt province. We get more in this story from Bupe Sendwe.
Government has always prioritized administrative reforms that guarantee a conducive policy environment to attract investment in various sectors of the economy, mining included. This has seen the development of one of the largest mines in the country, Mingomba, being developed by investors from the United States. Today, Cobalt Metals held an engagement with President Hakainde Hichilema to discuss plans of growing copper production at Mingomba mine in Chililabombo.
That is the level of confidence that we have around this. A lot of the preliminary works have already started. That's why we're able to say that the headcounts and the cascading economic impact around the copper belt, around Chililabombo, will just start to grow.
And what's really important to all of us together is that we continue to go fast. We don't want to slow down because there's some problem on surface. So far, things are going great. Our discussions with an ongoing relationship building with all of the relevant communities and stakeholders have enabled us to continue to go fast.
President Hichilema underscored the importance of the project in bettering the lives of Zambians and is in line with the government's agenda of increasing copper output to 3 million tons.
Sitting here listening to some of the investors talk, I'm very delighted that Zambians can learn a lesson that things don't just happen by chance. Things are planned, they are orchestrated deliberately, intentionally to get to the point that you wish to get to. So I'm very happy with that milestone, and obviously then the speed at which Cobalt was able to move. When you look at once we've done $2.3 billion of investment, we are looking at 300,000 metric tons. I think one of your schedules shows that. That's our own agenda, even before we started quoting Mingomba. So Mingomba comes on board, fits into our own national agenda of growing the production to 3 million tons.
During the process of exploration, President Hichilema asked the investors to consider looking at the available groundwater resources that can support agriculture activities in the country.
And I want to also make an ask here that as we do the mapping exploration, we would also like to look at the aquifers that this country may be sitting on. I don't think that is a totally new exercise, but as you do the exploration, the mapping, I think we can look at the water resource, groundwater resource that we have because of our agenda on the agriculture production productivity through irrigation. Yes, we'll be doing surface water harvesting, but looking at what is in Mpongwe, Minister of Mines, Minister of Finance, you went to Mpongwe. Looking at the aquifer in Mpongwe, we need to be able to define other aquifers.
Government pledged its support to the development process in Mingomba.
When you look at the pedigree of the people that are seated on this table in terms of the investors that are coming into Cobalt and the knowledge that is on the table, it's quite exciting for the mining sector. And I believe that the benefit will not only be on the cobalt investment, but I think that even generally in the mining sector.
On our part of government, we research things, or we have already researched things, and will provide all the support to make sure that this investment is successful, to bring a win-win situation.
A request for investment in the energy sector to support production ventures, such as the Mingomba project, was made. Bupesende for ZANIS in Lusaka.
Thank you, Bupesende, for that report. And now the Secretary to the Cabinet, Patrick Kangwa, has called for prudent utilization of public resources amidst the climate-induced food and energy insecurities. Mr. Kangwa says controlling officers should ensure no waste of public resources but channel funds towards mitigating challenges brought about by the drought. And speaking during a press briefing in Lusaka today, Mr. Kangwa called for adherence to the realigned national budget and implementation of cost-effective measures to be undertaken in the public sector. Mr. Kangwa has since directed that there should be no unnecessary travel for workshops for public service workers, but utilize government buildings with conferencing facilities as well as virtual meetings. Mr. Kangwa has further directed that all government officers should procure solar systems to ensure continued service delivery to the public. Meanwhile, Mr. Kangwa has urged civil servants to promote national unity in the country in their delivery of service, adding that they should be ready to serve in any part of the country where they are deployed.
The recently experienced drought has adversely affected the agriculture and energy sectors, among others. As public service, we have an obligation to help the country navigate the negative impact of the drought. We need to exercise prudence in the application of public resources by channeling the funds to the critical areas. I therefore expect all public service institutions to strictly adhere to the realigned 2024 National Budget and Cabinet Office Circular Minute number 10 of 2024, as well as any other circulars that may be issued to further provide guidance on the utilization of public resources. The realigned budget is expected to be tabled in the coming sitting of Parliament. The expectation of government is that the public service plays its part in ensuring that food is distributed to all the 84 districts severely hit by hunger. I wish to commend all public service workers through the DMMU who have contributed towards the distribution of food by the government to affected communities.
As it is now, the stakeholders are engaged. They simply say because the price chair continues to fluctuate almost each and every day, therefore to come and put a price after 3 months chair, it may be a very big challenge.
And now in agriculture news, Minister of Agriculture Muntolo Piri says government will this year support over 1 million farmers under the Farmer Input Support Program FISA. Mr. Piri also says their Sustainable Agriculture Financing Facility SAF credit window will cover 5 types of loans catering for fertilizer and seed, irrigation, farm power, mechanization, aquaculture and livestock. The minister was speaking today at the launch of a community solar-powered irrigation scheme in Tauya area of Chibundu district, covering 20 hectares at a cost of 179,000 United States dollars.
Tauya community in Chirundu district is in an agriculture boost following the launch of a community solar-powered irrigation scheme in the area by the Ministry of Agriculture. The project aims at mitigating the impact of drought on agriculture and enhancing the capacity of farmers to withstand climatic shocks.
Irrigation holds immense potential in enhancing all-around food production, ensuring food security, promoting climate change adaptation, and lifting households out of poverty by providing a reliable water source for crop and reducing resilience on rain-fed agriculture. Irrigation enables farmers to diversify their crops and increase yields. Now, the government will this year provide support on FISIP. We are going to support 1,024,434 beneficiaries under FISIP.
Partners in the construction of the project had this to share.
This project not only provides access to water for increased agricultural production, as we have seen, but perhaps more importantly, it demonstrates the adoption of climate-smart agricultural practices through harnessing resilient and low-emission innovations such as solar energy and drip irrigation for efficient resource utilization. Spanning 20 hectares and powered by solar energy from an investment of $179,000 United States dollars, the scheme has a capacity to support 45 households, 25 of which are female-headed. It's supporting them in terms of food production and income generation throughout the year, as we have seen. Even now during the drought and during winter, people are already planting crops.
The community is happy with this development.
Nojandana amputendela ino amputwalibendela gainti putendela ino difference iri gonja guti a project iratugwaha igutola ibana muhigolo gutola bana muhibadela ababo ibarwazi twataliga kujita harvest hihango hetulimide na crops ko guti tunagulande ni baifa ambutwali gupona o along Munsoro.
Shilika Chabalingula for ZANIS in Chirundu, Southern Province.
While still in agriculture news, farmers in Mushindamo district have called on government to quickly supply them with inputs under the Emergency Wetlands Food Security Park program that is being implemented by the Ministry of Community Development and Social Services. They made the call when Ministry of Community Development and Social Services ICT Director David Peary inspected the fields in the district. Details in this report.
These are the fields of some farmers that have been identified to benefit from the Emergency Wetlands Food Security Park being implemented by the Department of Community Development in Mushindamo district. The farmers are ready for planting and are asking government to supply them with inputs before the end of this month.
Afulumende pa kutubika pali uno mutanchi wakati batuletire ko fertilizer emwane nembuto pokachi tubibya ba kubyara tulime ko bwangu ngama bachi mumene nangu mimifolo amesha rere panshi mu mishimo so tulifako acha apata yange kila sana menshi tubyare ko bwangu pokati June, July, August, September, October amataba apya kuti kwamone ko kukwasha na bali abambya batakakwateko ishukuria.
Ministry of Community and Social Services ICT Director Dr. David Peary was in Mushindamo to verify if the farmers are ready for planting.
So Mushindamo has been allocated 2,200, isn't it? Yes. And I think the works have already been ongoing in terms of identifying Dambo areas, in terms of identifying wetland areas where this program can be conducted, so that all those that are already doing gardening now can be supported with inputs and grow maize. Grow maize before the rainy season. So that's where we are at. We want to see if the district has got enough wetlands and is ready to implement the program.
Mushindamo District Commissioner has an appeal to the director.
The other challenge we have is the irrigation system. You know, this is a village setup. Maybe, if it's possible, why don't you help us with the 3-door pumps, which will not need any money to be used. Because if we ask for water pumps, that will come with another challenge.
For ZANIS in Mushindamo district, Adele Mumba.
Thank you, Adele Mumba, for that report. Now, 5 people have died in a road traffic accident involving an unregistered Toyota RAV4 and a stationary truck at Kukumbi area on the Mukushi-Kapirimponshi stretch of the Great North Road this morning. The Central Province Permanent Secretary Milna Mwanakampwe has stressed the need to have a tow truck to quickly remove motor vehicles involved in road traffic accidents that are normally left on the arms of the road to prevent more accidents. Mr. Mwanakampwe notes that the motor vehicles involved in the accidents are not quickly removed from the accident scene and block part of the roads, a situation which he says has been contributing to road carnage in Mukushi district. We now take a break. Join us for more news in health as well as business. Stay tuned.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH. How I Made It is a program that delves into the many success stories of different people from all walks of life. Watch How I Made It on ZANIS TV every Thursday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH. Zambia Today is a program that keeps you informed on various government policies and programs. Join us every Tuesday at 18 hours on ZANIS TV, Topster platform, channel 6 DTT and 458 DTH. Don't miss.
Welcome back. We continue with the news and in health. Minister of Health Sylvia Masewo says food safety is a collective responsibility that requires all players from producers to consumers to play their role. Ms. Masewo says government remains committed to facilitating the rapid exchange of information within and across borders as a response to food safety issues. She said in a speech read on her behalf by Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry Chipo Kamulenga at the commemoration of World Food Safety Day in Lusaka. Join us for more in this story.
Zambia today joined the rest of the world in commemorating the World Food Safety Day under the theme, Food Safety, Prepare for the Unexpected. Minister of Health, Sylvia Masewo, who was represented by Commerce, Trade and Industry Minister Chipo Kamulenga, said government is committed to fostering the country's food security agenda across all sectors.
Our government, your government, has been committed to facilitate for the rapid exchange of information across borders. It is for this cause that our Ministry of Health is since the key contact point for the International Food Safety Authorities Network, an authority created by the Food Agriculture Organization and the World Health Organization, to which Zambia is a member. In moving our food security agenda across all sectors, the Ministry of Health will communicate to other line ministries to nominate the INF or SAN contact points to enable proactiveness in communication and response to food safety emergencies within Zambia and across the borders.
Mr. Chipoka later led a delegation of stakeholders in a tour of exhibitions by food producers, among them Zambia and Trade Kings and regulatory agencies, Zambia Bureau of Standards and the local authority to learn more about product safety. And Food and Agriculture Organization Country Director Susie Filippini stressed on the importance of food safety.
FAO strategic priorities on food safety, recognizing that the benefits of food can only be enjoyed when it is safe. FAO is committed to enhancing global, national, and regional food safety governance backed by solid scientific evidence and robust legal frameworks.
The Minister of Agriculture was also represented at the event.
It's evident that collaborative efforts by policymakers, food safety authorities, farmers, and food business operators and consumers, as well as improved national food safety systems, are imperative for our country to be adequately prepared for food safety incidents, whatever their source. For this to happen, there is need for increased resource mobilization, investment in the national food safety ecosystem. Therefore, research and development, education and awareness raising cannot be overemphasized.
Ntazanga Mumba for ZANIS in Lusaka.
While still in health news, Ministry of Health Permanent Secretary for Administration Kennedy Lishimpi says Zambia has continued to record a rise in antibiotics resistance due to misuse and overuse of the drugs in hospitals and communities. Dr. Lishimpi says that the rise in antibiotic resistance is as a result of purchasing drugs from uncertified pharmacies and unskilled health providers. He was speaking during the launch of the Zambia Project Extension for Community Healthcare Outcomes ECHO Antimicrobial Stewardship.
In Zambia, we have seen a rising trend of resistance patterns of pathogens to about 80% to the commonly used antibiotics in our hospitals. Now, on a global scale, if we don't do anything about this problem that we have, you might be thinking antimicrobial resistance, so what? The more people die, the more we are going to lose the economic effectiveness of the people that should have contributed to the growth of national products of countries and GDP.
This Teach AMS ECHO launch by the Zambia Super Hub, together with the Ministry of Health, marks the beginning of a fruitful and enduring collaboration, and I strongly encourage you to participate actively in the program, ask questions, and make the most of these and all other sessions that will follow. Additional Teach AMS sessions are planned in the coming weeks and months, offering more opportunities for learning and growth.
And now we get to business news. Now, government says it has noted with concern a deliberate price increase of commodities on the market, especially essential commodities. Now, Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry, Chipo Kamulenga, says despite the rise in the inflation rate, there is always a margin that is usually followed in pricing commodities. He was speaking when he engaged Zambia's sugar to discuss the escalating prices of sugar in the country.
Following presidential directives to the Ministry of Commerce, Trade and Industry to address the escalating prices of essential commodities in the country, the ministry has started engaging stakeholders in the production and manufacturing of commodities. Today, the ministry engaged Zambia Sugar to discuss the increasing prices of sugar on the market.
There has been a deliberate increase in some certain commodities. Among them, which recently that happened, was a movement of sugar from 56 to 87.90 kwacha. As your servant in this public office, I was given directive by His Excellency the President to have a dialogue and meeting with all the commodity producers of sugar, Zambia Sugar, Kafua Sugar, Mansa Sugar. We have done our arithmetics and demonstrated that they have not pushed their prices up.
Mr. Chipoka says his ministry will continue engaging stakeholders in the production and manufacturing of goods for balanced prices.
We'll be having a meeting with the suppliers of these products. But there is one big challenge that we are facing as a country, the regional food shortages. Much of the region has got no electricity as well, had faced droughts like we faced in El Nino, among many other things. So they are coming more for our food. So government's responsibility is to see that before we give out to the rest of the region, our people must have enough food.
Meanwhile, Chia's chain store representative has this to say.
Start buying from them, they will supply to us, that we will also maintain our shelf price.
Beatrice Infula for ZANIS News in Lusaka.
Now, about 18 countries have confirmed attending the 58th Zambia International Trade Fair in Dola on the Copperbelt province. And Chief Executive Officer Ezra Chiwe has disclosed that over 45 exhibitors from 18 countries and 651 local exhibitors have since registered to attend this year's fair. Join us for more in this story.
With about 2 weeks remaining, Zambia International Trade Fair Trust has called for the last exhibitors' preparatory meeting at the Trade Fair grounds. Zambia International Trade Fair Limited Chief Executive Officer has highlighted some of the achievements done so far.
It's trying to achieve excellence by providing a business platform for showcasing innovation potential to accelerate economic growth. Yes, so we're reporting that this year we have 910 confirmed exhibitors, 651 paid up locals, so that's numbers of new, and 45 international exhibitors from 18 countries. So our target is 1,000 locals and international, at least 100 international. So I think we are on course to beat our numbers for last year.
Board chairperson for the Zambia International Trade Fair Trust has thanked the exhibitors for their commitments towards having a successful fair.
I extend my heartfelt gratitude to each one of you for attending this second exhibitors meeting. You are very committed. From what I'm seeing, we're going to have a very exciting trade fair this year. And I'd like to say that I like the commitment of excellence that comes in when it comes to your stance. This spirit of partnership is appreciated by Zambia International Trade Fair Trust. We are honored to have you on board and look forward to continue fruitful collaboration in the future.
Sandra Sakala, a Chief Executive Officer for GPS Solutions, is in charge of the Zambia International Trade Fair app and explains how it works.
A very interesting feature for this show, for this year, and this feature is what we are calling the Trade Fair mobile application. Put in simple terms, the mobile application is a platform that all of us can use on our smartphones for purposes of knowing who is exhibiting, for purposes of knowing what is being exhibited, for purposes of knowing where the exhibitor is coming from. The app packages very important information about each exhibitor, so that when the show goers are coming to the show, to the fair, they already know what you are preparing.
Zambia International Trade Fair will open its doors to the public on Wednesday, 26th June, as it continues to be a major exhibitor that promotes trade and investment, which attracts both local and international participants from various sectors. Jacqueline Moba, ZANIS in Ndola.
Well, thank you so much for that report. Now, still in business news, a woman entrepreneur, Namalambo Mukumbuta of Mongo District, who got a loan facility from the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission, CEEC, amounting to 3 million kwacha, has established a cashew processing plant with modern mechanized equipment. Details in the following report.
In line with government's agenda to promote rural industrialization, as outlined in the 8th National Development Plan, the Citizens Economic Empowerment Commission is pushing the agenda by empowering a woman entrepreneur with funds who has set up a cashew nut plantation processing plant in the outskirts of Mongo District, aimed at fostering socio-economic activities in the area.
So what we've been able to see here at Country Farms just outside Mongo CBD is
the implementation of projects like we intended to be. This facility has been able to procure the machinery, have it installed, and begin operations of processing cashew in various packagings like the one I'm holding. What it is also doing is creating its own industry, and this is in line with the tenets of the 8th National Development Plan, where we are supposed to promote the creation of rural industries. Already this facility located in the rural part of Mongo is able to do just that. You would think you are in the industrial area of an urban facility, but no, this is deep within the rural areas. So there is that component of rural industrialization that is taking place, and also the keeping of knowledge and skills within the area.
Country Farms and Processing Limited manager Motomora Mokwenda says the cashew nut processing plant is one such success story, which is promoting rural industrialization and job creation in Mongo and Western Province at large.
This facility that you see was financed by CEC at a cost of 3 million, which includes the structure and the procurement of the machinery. Basically, we are a cashew processing company. We started our production early this year. We are still young, but so far so good. Currently, we have a workforce of 15 workers. At Country Cashew, we are running a semi-automated factory, which has 15 cutting machines, which give us a capacity of 750 kgs per hour. So with that, everything being equal, we are able to process not less than 2 tons in a day if everything is running. So, and also the grading. So basically the process starts from outside, where we have a steamer, which is not connected to power, but we use firewood. And from the steamer, we've got boilers. The boilers basically help us to do activities within the shortest time.
Tina Kawewe is a cashew nut peeler and outlined the peeling process.
Grading is to put the nuts in their types, in their crates or types, which we have these nuts, which we call hulls, and we have this, which we call sprigs.
Rural industrialization, once scaled up, will bring about wealth creation in the country. Sandra for ZANIS in Mongo District, Western Province.
Thank you for that report. Let us now take our last break. Stay tuned.
Woman Thou Art is a program that offers counsel to the female folk, sharing real-life experiences and providing guidance to the women and young girls on necessary steps and conducts that will help shape and nurture a sober society. Watch Woman Thou Art on ZANIS TV every Wednesday at 18:30 hours on the Topster channel, channel 6 DTT, and channel 458 DTH.
The Issue is a program that looks at topical issues happening in the country. Watch The Issue every Friday at 19:30 hours, only on ZANIS TV, channel 6 DTT and channel 458 DTH on Topstar. Don't miss.
We get back to the news. Now, Central Province has been given an additional number over 100,000 beneficiaries on social cash transfer to the initial. Provincial Permanent Secretary Meuna Mwanakampwe says the increase is as a result of President Hakainde Hichilema's early declaration of the drought as a national disaster. Sharon Walia has the details in this report.
These are testimonies from beneficiaries of the Social Cash Transfer program in Kawe District. Social Cash Transfer is a crucial tool in the government's efforts to reduce poverty and promote social equity.
at least one time she shanga kudisha is a family. Perera mkwai, pera no kutotera wa firisha mbomu kwete, omure twa firisha mutwaririre twa firisha. This man, it has helped me to put up this structure which you can see there. Then I have got some goats as well. It has really helped me in solving some parents' problems because both my father and mother are still alive.
In Central Province, the government has more than doubled the number of social cash transfer beneficiaries to include members of the public who have been greatly affected by the drought.
As a province, we are standing at 105,000. And you may wish to know that Mr. President on 29th of February this year did declare the drought situation as an emergency and something that required all of us to put our heads together. And in so doing, Central Province has been given an additional number of 100,844 of the people who benefit through cash transfer of emergency in nature. And Kabwe district, as a district, has been allocated 13,188. That's a huge milestone for us.
Beneficiaries, we have the household that is the child-aided household, we have the aged household, we have the chronically ill household that is under palliative care, and the female-headed household.
The Social Cash Transfer Program is designed to provide direct financial support to individuals and families in need. By delivering cash directly, these programs empower recipients to meet their basic needs and improve their quality of life. Sharon Walia reporting for ZANIS in Kabwe.
Thank you for that report. Now, Gender Division Assistant Director responsible for the gender mainstreaming, Unique Mutale, has urged government departments in Mongu district to come up with budgets that are gender responsive. Ms. Mutale says incorporating gender responsive budgeting and planning will help in bridging the gaps around gender equality and equity. The Assistant Director said this during a sensitization meeting on gender responsive planning and budgeting and climate change gender action plan held in Mongu. And Mongu District Commissioner Morgana Kabeswa has commended the Gender Division for the program.
And this gender responsive planning and budgeting has got steps that we need to follow. So the first step is what we call the gender analysis, where you do an assessment of what the people need. The second step is where you ensure that whatever you're doing is in line with your sector policies. When you go around the different schools, some schools, even the newly built schools, you will find that they have done maybe 2 toilets for girls, 2 toilets for boys. As far as the constructors are concerned, they're viewing it as equality because there's 2 for boys, 2 for girls. But if you analyze, it will reveal to you to say the 2 toilets are not actually sufficient for the girls. There is a possibility on a daily basis that there will be children, girls, that are attending their periods. So on a particular day, if we have, let's say, 10 girls attending their periods, break time is just, is it 15 minutes or so? 20 minutes. So now imagine if you have that number of girls, are they going to manage in that 20 minutes to eat and to change in those 2 toilets? They will not manage.
We love it when we're talking about youth and equality in terms of the toilet and the bathroom. We talked about it as well, that they need to be comfortable when they come to school. That they can take their time in a secluded place where they're comfortable and they come out, such that they don't have to miss school. Because in a month, if they miss 5 days, then you count how many days they miss in the term.
Now, the Namwala District Administration, in partnership with the district traditional leadership, has handed over 25 hectares of land in Muchila Chiefdom to the 5 Women's Club, which recently received agriculture equipment from government. Namwala District Commissioner Ephraim Shandavu handed over the land to the women's clubs to commence agriculture activities. More in this report.
The traditional leadership in Muchila Chiefdom has allocated 25 hectares of land for an agriculture settlement to 5 women clubs. The 5 women clubs are part of the 6 successful women clubs which were recently empowered with a tractor, trailer, planter, disc harrow, and an oil expeller. This was under the Gender Diffusion Program under the Office of the President. The beneficiary clubs have now set up a campsite on the 25 hectares of land allocated as an agriculture settlement. Preparations for cultivation are underway.
Once again, thank the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema, for this initiative under the office, under his office through the Department of Gender. Namala district was given a tractor, a full house tractor, meaning all implements that go with a tractor have actually been given to 5 cooperatives in the district. And these cooperatives have settled in Muchila, particularly Mwabola area, and they are taken from different areas, different wards in the district.
Senior Headman Simpande represented Chief Muchila.
This is the land, the chief allocated to 5 women clubs in Namala district to benefit under gender department.
The Ministry of Community Development and Social Services, which looks into the welfare of women in the district. We shall ensure that this equipment, which has been received by 5 women clubs, is put into good use so that it can uplift their standard of living.
A representative of the 5 women clubs is grateful that the program is nearing its fruition.
elumba hulumende kuti akutisomukuratora makaindu akutupa chivuli chototaliwira so twarumba kapati kuti asuwe twa makaindu tuswangane kabotu tubereke muri bana bakwa abantu omwe kuti kwamaonesa asumpuke alumba hulumende kuti gwahaka kabotu kuyindi onse.
Linda Peary reporting in Namala district of Southern.
Now, Mongu Municipal Council Town Clerk Oliver Muka has called on the shop owners to ensure that their environment is clean at all times. Mr. Muka said this during a cleaning exercise conducted by council employees and shop owners in the Central Business District. The cleaning exercise is a ministerial directive to be conducted every Friday, resonating with the Zambia Art 60 celebrations. Darlington Kabambe reports.
A team of Mongu Municipal Council employees led by the town clerk Oliver Muka and shop owners swung into the cleaning exercise of the central business area in Mongu district. Mongu Municipal Council town clerk Oliver Muka said the local authority will lead in the cleaning exercise every week Friday.
We're leading the cleaning of the town as a council. First and foremost, what I need to emphasize is that the government has set Friday as a day for cleaning the premises by all the stakeholders. So what we are doing as a council, we are just leading the process. The issue of cleaning is a responsibility of the shop owners to ensure that their premises, surroundings, and even inside the premises are clean for the purpose of business.
Mr. Muka said the cleaning exercise is in line with the celebration of Zambia at 60.
Zambia at 60 has brought a lot of activities to commemorate Zambia attaining 60 years of independence. So, key to this is the issue of intensified cleaning, painting of the shops, and general hygiene. So, this is part of the program that we are doing. And we are very happy that people have cooperated. The cleaning has gone on very well. It is a program that will be ongoing every Friday. we've also left a problem that our officers will be doing inspections on a daily basis to ensure that we comply.
Some of the shop owners in the Central Business District had this to say.
The importance of cleaning or being clean is that one of the most important aspects is that it attracts even the customers. When customers realize that the shop is clean, so they will also come. Then apart from that, it's important to be clean even on the health aspect. Because when your shop is clean, even you as the person who works from there, you're rest assured that you're not going to contract any other diseases that are related to issues that have to do with cleanliness.
Well, that item brings us to the end of the news, and as we end, a recap of stories that made headlines. Cobalt metals to inject $300 million in Mingomba mine. Government to support over 1 million farmers under FISEP. Zambia continues recording rise in antibiotics resistance. Plus 4.5 people have died in a road accident on the Mukushi-Kapiri stretch. Well, on behalf of the entire production crew here at ZANIS, thank you so much for being with us. It has been Margaret Kangwa, and my sign language interpreter has been Joas Shikombwe. Stay tuned.